about a toy bear that leaked 2 million kids' voice chats. I have been very curious for a very long time, so we will finally discover what the heck happened here. Let's go.
It's such a nice, wholesome toy. We can't mess this one up.
People may be peering into your home without you even knowing it.
Who could have guessed giving a kid a stuffed animal with a microphone connected to the internet in it had the potential to go wrong?
I had no clue that this is dangerous.
So what happens when a children's toy becomes a target for hackers? In 2017, parents found out the hard way when this cute teddy bear allowed hackers to invade the lives of nearly 1 million families. How the hackers got into the teddy bear and the trouble they caused was a nightmare no one saw coming. This is the insane story of how a toy bear leaked 2 million kids' voice chats. I'm Visual Venture, and we reached our goal of 700,000 subscribers before the end of this year. Thank you guys a ton. And we are just getting started. The ultimate hacking machine.
Looks like they're called cloud paws or something like that.
In 2009, something was invented that made hackers all over the world very excited. It was a software called Shodan, and it was going to make hacking a whole lot easier. Although Shodan was dangerous, it wasn't locked inside a secret facility or hidden on the dark web. Anyone could use it. All they needed was a credit card. So what exactly was Shodan, and how did it make cyber criminals hack a teddy bear? Shodan is a search engine for finding unprotected devices on the internet. It scans webcams, routers, and servers online and checks if the device has a password.
Once you click search, it'll bring up all the internet-connected devices in Apex, North Carolina by IP address.
What? It does this, and they're just like, oh, let's just make this available to the public. Hell yeah, what could go wrong? Reminds me of stories of baby monitors getting hacked. What? I've never heard of that happening. Freaking just hacking baby monitors? Just like to listen to people's babies crying? I mean, you know. Wow. Shodan is standard practice in cybersecurity. I've never heard of it before.
Look at this one here.
Many devices connected to the internet have weak passwords or sometimes no passwords at all. Shodan finds these vulnerable devices and lists them, making it easy to know which devices can easily be hacked. Because Shodan is so dangerous, many states made it a felony to use Shodan to collect information about a device that isn't yours, even if you don't hack the device. Shodan was designed to be a research tool meant for cybersecurity professionals, researchers, and law enforcement agencies. But over time, cyber criminals started using it to find targets on the internet. When hackers find a vulnerable database on Shodan, they break in, delete the data, and demand a ransom to restore it. If the stolen data is important, hackers will pay the ransom to get it back. Hackers always ask for payment in Bitcoin because it can't be traced. It leaves no money trail. Shodan became so popular among cyber criminals that it was nicknamed the hackers' search engine and the scariest search engine on the internet. Shodan made the internet feel like the high seas, with pirates looking for ships to capture for ransom. Then in 2015, a simple mistake by the makers of this teddy bear gave cyber criminals their biggest opportunity: a toy for the whole family.
Oh no.
This is a Cloud Pets doll, and it was described as the best toy in the history.
Oh, okay, it's Cloud Pets, not Cloud Paws. It's called Cloud Pets because they're in the cloud.
Of toys.
You are so happy. This is the best toy in the history of all toys.
At first glance, Cloud Pets seemed like regular stuffed animals, but they had something inside that made them dangerous. Released in 2015, Cloud Pets came in 4 variations: dog, cat, teddy bear, and rabbit. Each doll was 12 inches tall with soft, cuddly fur.
You know, actually, it feels really nice. I'll give them this for £7. Like, even if this gimmick doesn't work, I've come out with a nice feeling teddy. teddy bear.
But here's the twist. Hidden inside each Cloud Pets toy was a small speaker, microphone, and an internet device that could send and receive messages. But
What the
why would
heck?
a stuffed animal need all this tech?
So the main concept of this teddy bear is so people who are far away from their families can send their families messages, and then the message is said through the bear.
Sending
Oh. Damn. That is a pretty cute idea. Not gonna lie. That's a pretty cute idea. But damn. This is why people can't have nice things. Assume it's selectively enforced though, as it otherwise impede those who are white hacks simply trying to find flaws to report or collect security bug bounties from. Yeah, true, because like cybersecurity still needs to be able to do their job. We have ads. I'm gonna just do them now. Let's go. Use a phone. Bet they're glad the bears didn't have cameras. Yeah, can you imagine? If it had like cameras in the eyes? Oh, so you can see your family and talk to them at the same time. That would be so creepy. That would be so creepy. Yeah, like, or just have the teddy bear, which I'm sure I think they have these now where you just like take the teddy bear and you can like pre-record a message or something on it.
messages through Cloud Pets was easy. Parents or family members downloaded the Cloud Pets app on their smartphones and pressed a button to record a voice message. The message was then sent to the specific Cloud Pets teddy bear connected to that account. The child could press a button on the toy's paw to hear the message, and by holding the same button, they could record a reply. That means traveling parents or a deployed military member could send a heartfelt message to their child's teddy bear at home to be replayed when their child interacts with the bear.
What is this raid alert sound? Why does it do this? Freaking scares the shit out of me every time.
Okay, here we go. The message we've all been waiting for.
Son, it's your father. I don't like you anymore.
When you create an account with Cloud Pets, you give it your child's name, an email address, photo, and more. All voice messages sent through the Cloud Pets doll were saved in an online
Sucks because it's such a good idea and it's cute.
database run by Spiral Toys Inc., the company that made Cloud Pets. Cloud Pets dolls were flying off the shelves and ending up in thousands of homes.
Receive a story from your dad who's far away, or a lullaby from mom every day.
Cloud Pets were designed to help parents and kids stay in touch, which was a great idea. But then Spiral Toys, the company behind Cloud Pets, started making some really bad decisions that made them a target for the worst hackers on the internet. Spiral Toys didn't just sell Cloud Pets, they also kept the voice messages and customer details in the database. But keeping that data safe was going to be a problem because the company was falling apart. Spiral Toys was facing 2 lawsuits for infringement of intellectual property. Their chief financial officer was convicted of insider trading, and their top distributor canceled a huge order, leaving thousands of toys rotting in a warehouse.
Oh my god, why would they need to keep that freaking information? Nowadays, people should be more aware of invasions of their privacy and giving out too much personal info to random places. It seems back then people knew less and were blissfully unaware of dangers. Yeah, because the internet was more like new and stuff back then, so they wouldn't really know all the risks that can be associated with it. Many normies will still disregard such. Yeah, it's true. It is true, sadly.
The company also made bad decisions like spending $9.6 million on ads instead of securing their database against hackers. That money was also borrowed from investors. So every time Spiral Toys sold a Cloud Pet, a big chunk of their profit went to paying off the multi-million-dollar debt. The company was so desperate for cash that when Cloud Pet's sales slowed, they lowered the price to only $1, or in some cases free with the purchase of another item. Within a year, Spiral Toys lost more than 99% of their peak value until their stock
Damn.
price was around 0. By the end of 2016, Spiral Toys was a dying business, cutting corners to survive. And then, in an attempt to save money, they did something so dumb it opened the door for hackers to come in and ruin everything.
Hold on. I'm freaking sitting here saying, oh, back then the internet was more new and blah. My life was only in 2016. Oh, where have I been for this video? Not paying attention to the years, obviously. What the heck?
As Spiral Toys struggled, they tried to find ways to save money. One of their largest expenses was the cost of storing and protecting their customers' data. Here's where they made their biggest mistake. To cut costs, they stored customer data in an insecure database that didn't require authentication to access it. In other words, anyone on the internet could find and open this database without even needing a password.
Are you
This
freaking
was a
kidding me?
ridiculous thing for any company to do. Normally, databases with sensitive data are protected by firewalls and passwords. Some companies regularly test their own databases to make sure they're secure. But CloudPets did the opposite. They left all their data exposed, like leaving the front door to a vault wide open. It gets worse when you realize how sensitive CloudPets data was. The database provided access to the email addresses, family members' names, passwords, voice recordings, and profile pictures of families using CloudPets toys. This included 2.2 million voice messages and details on more than 820,000 users. With this CloudPets data, hackers could steal identities, empty bank accounts, and even blackmail people.
Holy freaking shit on a stick! Company may have had 99 problems, except the value was one of them. Bet that violated some child privacy laws. Oh yeah, a lot of, probably a lot of privacy laws. Everyone has to do audits for credit card data or personal info now, but the auditors too often don't care to do their job well. As such is the case with many things, it seems. Unfortunately. Politicians will be quick to put out laws concerning children, as it virtue signal they care. PCI rules are pretty strict, but still credit card data is leaked all the time. Yeah, I hear about that. Credit card leaks. Yeah. All the time, as you said. Like, oh, by the way, you know, you might want to be careful. There was a data leak. Oh, sorry, your credit card may have been leaked. Oh, sorry, everyone knows where you live now. They're gonna show up and watch out. Be careful. We're sorry it was leaked.
Maybe Spiral Toys didn't realize the danger, or maybe they just didn't care. Parents and kids continued to send messages back and forth through the CloudPets doll, unaware that every word they said was exposed on the internet. Luckily, cybercriminals haven't found the database just yet. But remember Shodan, the search engine scanning the web for unprotected systems? It was still scanning, which meant hackers could find the CloudPets database at any moment. It was a disaster waiting to happen. But
wow, that's unbelievable. Joke's on you, my cards are all maxed out. But same. Same. This is why I have to struggle bus by streaming. I can become famous. Then I can pay off my debts, and maybe I'll become famous enough to help people pay off their debts as well. To help other people pay off their debts. Seems the best advice is to limit what gets out there in the first place. And if you can try to request your info removed from brokers and Google results. And if you can get away with it, put junk data into into any non-privacy respecting social media or services. Honestly, people share so much on like social media and stuff. I sit there sometimes and I'm like, bro, the world doesn't need to know your whole life story. Like, it really doesn't. I've seen things that you can pay for that like do the whole removal of stuff, but then I'm like, But I'm like, does it actually work? Like, it can just erase your data from everywhere? And how? Like, what about places that you don't even know your data is there? Governments could easily end up with it too in the future. I mean, I would imagine the government has all your info. If anyone has all your info, it's the government. Right from birth. One of TFE's sponsors is... What is TFE? The Fat Electrician. Okay, yes. Is called Delete Me. Oh, yes, actually, I remember him talking about that. I remember that. So yeah, if you guys want to keep yourself safe, go to the Fat Electrician on YouTube and use his code for Delete Me. If he has one. If not, you still check out the website, called Delete Me. Promo. Okay.
There was one man that could save the situation. His name was Troy Hunt. Troy had a very unique job. He was an independent security researcher and data breach expert. A big part of his job was investigating data breaches and leaks on the internet. Companies sometimes don't notice when their data has been hacked or leaked. When Hunt finds evidence that a company has been hacked, he contacts the breached company to notify them of the problem. Troy even created a website called Have I Been Pwned, which helps regular people check if their email has been involved in a data breach. In summary, Troy Hunt was the guy you call when hackers are trying to steal your data. In February 2017, Troy received a message about one of the biggest data leaks he'd ever seen. Someone reached out to him claiming he had a copy of the entire CloudPets database. As proof, the informant sent Troy a snippet containing around 500,000 records of CloudPets customers. Troy's first move was to check if what the guy sent was really the CloudPets database. Luckily, Troy knew someone who bought their daughter a CloudPet, so he decided to check that person's login details against the leaked data. In no time, Troy was able to locate this person's email address and CloudPet's password.
Wow.
Troy also discovered more about the person, their kids' names, birthdays, and their relationship with users like your parents, grandparents, and friends were all accessible. The data was
my
real.
gosh.
In this case, the data wasn't on the dark web yet. It was sitting out in the open, accessible to anyone with basic hacking skills. Cybercriminals could unleash hell if they got hold of this data. The only way to stop it was to warn Spiral Toys to secure their data, but before Troy could act, he heard something that made the situation much worse. Apparently, the guy who told Troy about the leak already sent multiple emails to Spiral Toys to warn them, and he couldn't believe what happened. In December 2016, the guy sent his first email to Spiral Toys, but the message immediately bounced back. Then he sent another email to a different Spiral Toys address and waited for a reply. Hours turned into days, but there was no response. 4 days later, he sent a third email to Spiral Toys' hosting provider. Once again, he received no reply. This was more than frustrating, it was dangerous. After hearing the guy's story, Troy realized that sending an email to Spiral Toys wouldn't help. So Troy decided to pick up the phone and call the company. That was even worse because their contact information was a mess. Spiral Toys' phone numbers...
Oh my god, I hate calling companies. I hate it. Cheaper to find lists of data broker opt-outs, but it's more tedious. But you aren't risking yet another party possibly misusing your PII or another source of hacks. Windows security. Go away. Oh, good. There's no viruses on my computer. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Can't wait to hear about data breaches from services like Delete Me, Incogni, or etc., as they'd likely have the most detailed PII. But they aren't taking enough care, similar to many password managers. You know what? At this rate, it wouldn't even surprise me. It wouldn't even surprise me. We'll protect your data and we'll delete it from everywhere except for our database. So, we're telling 99% of the truth. Your data is deleted from everywhere except our Delete Me database. But let's hope that's not the case. Personally identifiable info. Oh, okay. Thank you, Julius. Thank you. Learning.
Went to a man who claimed he didn't work for Spiral Toys, or it randomly went to a taxi service in New Jersey. He tried to reach them through LinkedIn, Zendesk, Twitter, and even via private email. Still no response. The Cloud Pets Twitter account was also dormant. It was like Spiral Toys had vanished, leaving customer data floating in the open. In cybersecurity, there's an unwritten rule to give companies time to fix problems before going public. It's called responsible disclosure, but it became clear that Spiral Toys wasn't fixing the problem. None of the Cloud Pets customers knew about the exposed database. This meant that their passwords and emails were still active. With over 800,000 users exposed, the fallout could be huge.
Why wouldn't you tell them?
Troy realized the Cloud Pets database was indexed by Shodan, meaning Shodan scanned and put it on its list. This increases the chances of cyber criminals finding it. Since Spiral Toys wasn't taking any action, Troy decided to go public. Going public with a data breach can force a company to act, but it can also let hackers know about the unprotected data. It was a risky move, but Hunt didn't have a choice. The moment he went public, it would be a race to see who acted first. The company trying to secure the data or criminals trying to steal it. Troy crossed his fingers and blew the whistle. He published a blog post about the exposed database and notified tech websites like Motherboard and Vice. Once Vice shared the story, more media outlets picked it up and the news spread like wildfire.
Which is surprising. Who could have guessed giving a kid a stuffed animal with a microphone connected to the internet in it had the potential?
I never heard of this before. Like, oh my god, and the fact that it's so huge, and I was clearly living under a rock, obviously.
To go wrong.
The FBI has a warning this morning about smart toys with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology, saying that they could be dangerous for your kids.
Cloud Pets, because you are never safe.
Everyone, including those who didn't own a Cloud Pets doll, now knew about its exposed database. The cops even got involved, warning parents to stop using Cloud Pets dolls.
Police recommend if you do have a toy like this, turn it off and leave it in a drawer or closet.
Troy hoped the media's pressure would make Spiral Toys secure the database before the data was stolen. Unfortunately, it was too late. Hackers already found the Cloud Pets data. The photos, voice recordings, and emails of more than 800,000 users were now in the hands of cyber criminals.
Wait, photos? Wait, when was photos mentioned? How do they get photos? What?
Thing everyone feared finally happened: the ransom. Cybercriminals found the Cloud Pets database and stole the data. But they didn't just steal it. They went a step further and wiped the entire database clean. In the place of the data was a ransom note demanding Bitcoin as payment to return the data. The message read, "Your database is backed up on our servers. Send 1 Bitcoin to this account and send your IP address to this email." If Spiral Toys didn't pay up, the data would be gone for good. Or worse, it could be sold to other hackers on the dark web. Apparently, 3 different ransoms were left by different hackers who each stole.
They should have cut support for the Cloud Pets and done a recall. Yeah, they should have done something. Like, frig, like they just did nothing. I'm always living under a rock. Yeah, same. Honestly, same.
The data. When parents heard about the ransom demands, they were furious. They called and sent emails to Spiral Toys demanding answers. Why didn't the company protect the data better? Why didn't they tell customers about it sooner? However, their questions weren't answered because the company's emails and phone lines still weren't active. Parents took to social media to express their frustration. One tweeted, "I'm really sick of these connected toys. If your little one has Cloud Pets, there's a pretty high likelihood that your data is now in the hands of nefarious individuals." Parents were worried about the ransom, but they had a meltdown when cybersecurity experts on TV explained how much damage hackers could do with the stolen data. Since it included voice recordings from kids, hackers could use the recordings to impersonate children. They could scam parents by sending fake messages pretending to be their child in need of help. The hackers also stole email addresses and passwords. Data shows that 78% of people reuse the same password across multiple accounts, accounts, so hackers can
Damn.
use the stolen passwords to break into other accounts like banking, social media, and shopping websites. Another problem is identity theft. The FBI explained that hackers could use CloudPet's data to steal a child's identity, open credit accounts, and even find their home. In a worst-case scenario, hackers could use the voice recordings of parents and grandparents to contact kids, tricking them into thinking that they're talking to a trusted family member. These
Oh my gosh! What the heck? Nowadays, it's more popular to have internet-connected gadgets in the home, like with the Internet of Things. Yes, yeah, like Amazon, the freaking Alexa thing, you can have like smart light bulbs, smart watches, smart friggin' everything. Smart TV. Ugh. One thing to have surveillance in public where people aren't expecting privacy, but to normalize it in the home no matter what was a mistake. Yeah. What do we have? We do have the like the Echo Dot. Almost never even use it though. We use it to like set timers when we're cooking. And other than that, we have smart TVs. And we have freaking Bluetooth. Oh, okay, no, yeah, they're not connected to the internet. These are Bluetooth. We have Bluetooth light bulbs, which are driving us insane lately, but we've been too lazy to change them. And every day they freaking make us go insane. We sit there like, why haven't we changed the light bulbs yet? My dad's fridge has Wi-Fi. Do they make fridges without it anymore? What? They make fridges with Wi-Fi? I have the opposite question. Why the hell do you need Wi-Fi on your fridge? I'm confused. So you can change the water and ice settings? What? But why do you need Wi-Fi to have those settings? Now I'm even more confused. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, sorry, your Wi-Fi's not working. You can't change your water and ice settings now. Sorry. You're gonna have to have the shitty ice now. I'm about to look up dumb fridges on Amazon. Oh my god. Seems over time it just becomes more of a headache to try opting out of the surveillance and all that, to the point most simply become apathetic or only partially to it. They even made air conditioners with Wi-Fi, mostly to remote control monitor it, but still. Oh. Well, what about Bluetooth? Just make it Bluetooth. Smart fridges were a dumb concept. Yeah. Just put the control on the thing. Just put a water setting button. Why do you need Wi-Fi? Ugh. My life. What the hell? Also, welcome in, Warped. Welcome in. You will own nothing and be happy. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Not a surprise, assuming it's true, they'd likely try burying it. Let me guess, they have, like, is there stuff that you can pay for on your fridge? If you want extra cold ice, you have to pay $2 a month. Or some stupid shit like that. Can you imagine? But yet it would not surprise me. In fact, if you even want the ice and water change setting to work, you have to pay $10 a month. Oh,
weren't far-fetched scenarios. They could actually happen if the stolen data wasn't recovered. The hackers were demanding a ransom to return the data. The big question was whether Spiral Toys would pay. After pressure from the media, Spiral Toys finally released a statement, but what they said just made people angrier. Parents wanted an apology and a solution, but what they got was a series of excuses. In an official statement, Spiral Toys described the issue as minimal and said they took immediate action to protect customer data once they discovered the breach. Initially, the CEO of Spiral Toys claimed that the company never received the warnings about the leak. He said the company even checked its email inboxes but didn't find any messages from security researchers warning about the breach. That was quickly debunked by Troy Hunt, who repeatedly tried to contact them before going public. After saying that the company never received warnings, the Spiral Toys CEO changed the story, saying, "We did have a reporter try to contact us multiple times last week. You don't respond to some random person about a data breach." But Spiral Toys wasn't done annoying its victims. In a statement published on the CloudPets website, the company explained why it stored its customer data on an unsecure online database. The company said the unprotected database was being used for a short time during an upgrade to the CloudPets app. Also, that exposed database was managed by an outside company, so technically CloudPets didn't screw up. This excuse only made them look irresponsible. The public backlash was so strong that Amazon, Walmart, and Target pulled CloudPets dolls from their stores. They didn't want to be associated with a company that fumbled such a serious security breach.
No, you
This was
don't.
a huge blow to Spiral Toys, considering the company was already struggling to stay in business. After getting kicked out of big stores, CloudPets ended up in 99-cent stores. Someone saw it and tweeted all the compromised CloudPets at the 99-cent store. I like how they covered the name with a sticker, hoping nobody notices. But Spiral Toys was in more trouble. A senator sent a letter to the company demanding answers about the breach. There was even a possibility of criminal charges depending on the facts of the case. So how did this crazy story end? Paying a ransom doesn't guarantee that the data will be returned, so CloudPets never paid it. Besides, Spiral Toys was so broke, they couldn't even afford to pay it even if they wanted to. This also meant that criminals still had the data and could use it in many terrible ways. CloudPets customers changed the passwords to their accounts to protect themselves. While changing passwords was necessary, it might not have been enough to undo the damage. In 2017 alone, more than 1 million children were victims of identity fraud, resulting in total losses of $2.6 billion. CloudPets data was stolen in early 2017, and it contained kids' data. Could that be why children's identity theft increased that year? According to Troy Hunt and other cybersecurity experts, the CloudPets database is making rounds in the internet underground. This means that families could still be at risk even years after their CloudPets data was stolen. Surprisingly, CloudPets dolls are still on the market. You can buy one on websites, and some secondhand retailers have them on eBay. You might even find one at a local swap meet. Prices range from the original retail value of $49.99 to $24.99, or if you're really lucky, $1. Spiral Toys Inc. has completely collapsed. The company suffered data breaches, didn't tell anyone, were held ransom, ignored help offered by researchers, allowed children's voice data to be compromised, and were pretty bad at doing the right thing all along. Maybe it was for the best that they shut down. The good news is that the CloudPet scandal raised awareness about the risks of internet-connected toys.
First thing you want to do is really research the product. You don't want to just buy any product. You want to make sure that you know the company, you know where they're storing your information.
Troy Hunt gave the best advice on this issue. He said if it's connected to the internet, you can't treat it like it's a child's plaything. There are very real risks involved whenever data is uploaded to a server, even if it comes from a toy. It's up to us to be aware, informed, and careful in this increasingly connected world. Visual Venture. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys check out my other video, how one hack exposed 37 million cheating husbands, right here. Love you guys.
Wow. What the hell? And yet, more and more people have internet connected stuff in their homes. What you gonna do? Jeez. I know, right, Warped? Whatever happened to just regular toys? Just give them a train. Give them a toy train. Friggin', they can be happy with that. I wonder if they're still on eBay. I'm gonna check. Cloud Pets. Hello. No, go away. Okay. Cloud pets. Oh my god, there's one on eBay. There's one on eBay. Real men. I'm sorry if I messed that up. I'm so sorry. Sukuna is easier for me to say. But hello, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. I found a cloud pet on eBay. Oh my god, there's lots of them. They're selling them for like $25. Canadian 28. Wow, I'm gonna buy one right now. Immediate add to cart. Especially if I find the bunny. Hell yeah. We're getting our data leaked with this. Oh my goodness. Who needs toys when you can just hand them a tablet from Wally World or an iPad? Oh my god, that is so true. Holy shit. No toy needed, just give them an iPad. You know what? You know what? I don't understand people who give their kids iPads. Because you pay hundreds of dollars for those things and then you're going to give it to your kid. I've said this before. You're going to give this hundreds of dollars iPad to your kid and then they're going to take their Cheeto covered hands or like their spit covered hands and they're going to wipe it all over the screen. They could like smash it. Like just oh my god, I could not. I could not. Just give them Barbies. That's what I played with. We don't need
Guys, peace.
Oops. We don't need these cloud internet toys, connected toys. Just give them dolls, Lego, Barbies, superhero figurines. Give them a train set. Oh my god, give them like freaking the Hot Wheels. Give them Beyblade. Those were the freaking best toys. Give them all that stuff. Give them the creepy Furbies. And a cool stick. Yep, they can take yeah, heck yeah, man. They can take 2 sticks and you send them out, you go, yep, you guys you go have your stick sword fight outside. See who can win.